Hi guys, it's Danny. We have a very sunny day today, so I can film in the balcony. So lately, I've just shown you a bunch of very sick and unhappy orchids, but I completely forgot about the orchids that are actually doing fine. So today we're going to take a look at them, and we're also going to talk a little bit about Ceramis, but later on in the video. So here are the orchids that are not unpotted, that are actually doing mighty fine. So a little update on the Renanthera philippinensis in the orchid top pot, and I have to say, I do like this pot. I like how this orchid performs in this pot. If you missed the video in which I rebought this one, you can visit it right here. It's a bit different because this is a vivacious orchid and it really likes a lot of ventilation, so I added some lava rock and some media and so on. But really, it has done beautifully in this type of pot. It really likes it. Noticed a whole lot of new growth, new root growth, and I didn't really notice any root death, which is nice. So really, honestly, I wouldn't necessarily keep this type of orchid or this type of pot actually in a greenhouse because it's kind of fancy. But in a house, I would actually keep a vivacious type of orchid in this type of pot. It does really well. You don't have to worry about root rot and stuff like that. So these pots are definitely coming with me and they will definitely stay in the house. Alrighty, let's look in the back here. So here we have some orchids that were purchased not necessarily very long ago, but they have performed beautifully. Part of the reason why I didn't unpot them and put them in water, I couldn't. So these are the roots. This is how a healthy, really healthy actually, root system should look like on an orchid. And this orchid is actually doing very well. The pseudobulbs have plumped back up after the initial repotting. The orchid didn't have too many good roots to start with, but yeah, the root system is completely renewed. So this is a very healthy girl. And it just makes my day better. I was actually watering these orchids and I couldn't help notice how beautiful the roots are in comparison to what I usually see on the unpotted orchids. This is the Calea mosiae. Again, ton of new root growth. I'm really happy with how this orchid is doing. Eventually they will need to be unpotted to be transported, but really I just couldn't unpot them because they were just so healthy. And mites, I didn't see any, and I don't see any mite damage on these orchids. So that's why I pretty much didn't unpot them. I kind of knew the orchids I keep in water will not do so great. So I just, my heart didn't let me do this for these orchids. Now, as much as I like media and so on, there is a drawback with media. Here I have a Cattleya. This is a special type of Cattleya. She only grows one pseudobulb per year, and that's that, and one set of roots per year, and that's that. Now, this orchid doesn't have the healthiest roots in the world. I kind of discovered why. So take a look here. I know the pot is wet, but hopefully you can see I have a lot of molding going on here. So yeah, pretty soon this orchid would have needed to be unpotted. And you might say, well, it's just some dead roots. It's not actually. I looked closely. It's the media. It's the broken down acidic bark chips that are not performing well anymore. So it's not the amount of dead roots. It's just the media being broken down. So this is the drawback with organic media. For this reason, next year not next year, in a few months, I'm totally switching to inorganic media, particularly to Ceramis, but I think I will make a sort of a mixture with some leca, just for some airiness, not for semi-hydroponics or anything of the sorts. I'll actually make a longer video about Ceramis tomorrow because I have a lot of viewers that told me they purchased Ceramis. Now, okay, showed you some healthy orchids, but I cannot help but show you some unhealthy orchids. Alrighty, so these are the orchids that are unpotted. They're really easy to shower and treat and keep mites under control. Yeah, I'll give it that. But what's happening is these orchids used to be very healthy and had a very beautiful root system. Ever since I switched them to water, every week I kind of have to chop off a lot of the roots because they're dying. Now, in all honesty, Phalaenopsis orchids, they cannot be bothered. They have good root systems, even in water. But that's just phals. When it comes to other stuff, though, this doesn't happen. And somehow, I feel the pain these orchids are going through every week. Oh, this is bad. Every week I have to look and cut more and more roots. I don't like this. And this is one of the reasons why I really don't like to use this water culture thing. I don't think it's suited for every orchid, to be fully honest. On the long term, I don't think it's really suited for any orchid, but that's just my opinion. It doesn't really matter all that much because I'm not an authority, it's just what I think. And I did have a discussion with Andrea from Orchids and a Duchy and John Benedict on this subject, and Andrea pointed out something really important regarding the bacteria, the nitrophine bacteria, not being able to survive all that well in water. That's a very valid point. If you want to learn more, just let me know in the comments below. And people using urea-based fertilizers with their water culture stuff. And again, that's not pretty okay because urea needs to be broken down, and if you don't have those bacterias, it will not be broken down. So that's one thing to keep in mind with the water thing. But in my case, the problem is that it's kind of humid in my balcony. It's not cold, but it's kind of humid. That's one thing. Second thing, because roots keep dying on me, I get molds. And third thing, there are those orchids with sheaths that you simply cannot peel off. And this is the Dendrobium phalaenopsis. It cannot peel off all these sheaths. There will always be some sheaths. And hopefully, let me give you a close-up. You can see the fuzz here. I cannot do anything about this because of the water. And this guy stayed dried because I freaked out. It was full of molds. So I removed the water, but still the mold is there. So yeah, again, depending on the orchid, I don't think things will go that well. And of course, climate and so on. And another thing that I hate, it's happening really fast. So this is the Sherry baby. I need to dump out the water today. I divided it to send half of it, or more than half, to Ana Maria. And Ana Maria, you can tell how many good roots your Oncidium has. And look how many good roots mine has. It's only been a week, and it's not liking it. Anyway, let's not transform this into a rant video. Overall, I don't see the logic behind the water thing. But I have to tell you, in all honesty, there have been some times in which I doubted my decisions because I can absolutely feel the pain every time I look at them and I need to snap a few more good roots and so on. I am doubting this decision. I know I have to keep the mites down, but it's really hurting to see all these orchids that were once really happy, like those ones, look like this right now. I know that things will change pretty soon and I will do everything right, but right now I'm a bit sad, so I kind of needed to do this video with some healthy stuff. Ooh, these are healthy too, but they're not unpotted. This is the Leopoldi, you saw it. This is Psychopsis. I have a few more on the other side, but most of these guys were really affected by spider mites, so see? That's why I had to unpot them, but it hurts. Really hurts. I don't know, you guys. I kind of, to my eyes, roots like those look happy to me, and roots like these, even though some are alive, they don't look that happy to me. I don't know. That's my issue. And this is why, when you ask me about the water culture thing, I just tell you, you know what, search for communities and search for answers there, because I cannot really give you any answers. This is just something that I feel deep down inside is not right. And if I feel it's not right, I cannot tell you, do it. And that's why I don't have really any good advice on water culture. For me, it's just not okay. Something's not adding up. So, yeah. But next year, as I was saying, we're gonna switch to Ceramis. And Ceramis is the best thing ever. Well, not really. Of course, Ceramis will be awful in certain climates. But I'm experimenting with a little bit of leca for more airiness and some Ceramis, and things dry up a little bit more even, so that's good. This can actually work for orchids like Cattleyas and stuff that really like a lot of ventilation, and full Ceramis can actually work for Oncidiums and Miltoniopsis and stuff like that. Of course, keep in mind Ceramis absorbs a lot of water and keeps in a lot of water, but we'll discuss more about it in the next video. What I will love about this is that it will not degrade, so I will not have to repot every 2 years. Usually orchids are okay with repotting every 2 or 3 years, but as I showed you, I have that particular Cattleya orchid which only produces one pseudobulb and one set of roots per year, no matter how healthy it is. It's just how it grows. It's a peculiar hybrid. So with orchids like that, it's not really okay to repot that often, even every 2 years. So that's why I'm kind of excited about the ceramics, but we'll talk more tomorrow. Alrighty, thank you for watching this video. I kind of need all the optimism I can get right now, because sometimes looking at these orchids kind of bums me out, and it's not supposed to be like this, but I did it with my own hands. I will suffer the consequences. Anyway, things will get better soon. I'm daydreaming already. So thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to stay up to date with my orchids and the move and everything, just subscribe to my channel. I post on a regular basis. Also, feel free to leave me questions, suggestions, or whatever comments you want to share with me in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. If you click on the left side of your screen, you'll be directed to orchidnature.com, where you'll find care sheets, identification sheets, and also you can talk to us in the forum section. And on the right side of your screen, you can click to watch another orchid video. Thank you for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye!